That's right. Been a long week, folks. Welcome to PricePlow. It's Friday. I'm enjoying just a small afternoon cup of coffee, but not just any cup of coffee. Morphogen Nutrition came out. They snuck this one out. Adaptogen, their adrenal support neuro-enhancing complex that's made to be mixed with hot liquids. Actually, you know, we're going to get some water too, just to try it. And then it's a new flavor, the ZING Ginger Chai Latte flavor. Here we go. Very sweet. So this is not the first time I've had this. And yes, this product was sent for free. And yes, we do have a business affiliate relationship with Morphogen Nutrition. Coupon code PricePlow. When I saw the email alert, they didn't tell us this was coming. And I said, dude, you guys please just send this over. I'm a huge fan of ginger. If you've watched this channel, you've seen when we appeared on Ghost, there's a whole thing. So I wasn't sure how the ginger was going to play here because ginger is not, usually people sweeten their coffee. Ginger is more of a spice. And chai is kind of like, it's a type of tea that's like, cinnamon, ginger, cardamom in there. So it's not very like sweet, and latte's more milky. But Morphogen did it right because they added, there's got to be sucralose in here. I'd be surprised if it's stevia because it tastes so good. I should have double checked this though. Natural, artificial flavors, silicon dioxide, sucralose, then the ginger root, and some ACE. So you definitely have artificial sweeteners here. They did it in a way that really goes well with the spices. And honestly, I'm not tasting a whole lot of coffee here. It's gone from like being a cup of coffee to a very delicious beverage that tastes like 5 to 10% coffee. And I have a lot of sweet, milky, low on ginger, more on the chai side of things. So if you're afraid of ginger, I wouldn't be too afraid. I love ginger. I would have been fine with more ginger, but I understand people are going to probably want a sweeter. So why are we talking about this product anyway? Well, I told you, it's like, yeah, the adrenal support and everything. The product's known as Adaptogen. And right when I first saw this come out, I want it because Morphogen does it right. As you know, we have a very well-dosed product here, as everything else from Morphogen is going to be. A 7.4 gram scoop. So a lot of people want to get in various adaptogens, feel better. There's a few reasons to take this kind of product. A lot of people are wired up on caffeine, too much so. And if you don't get, and you get yourself caught, it's good to get out of this situation eventually. But if you're doing too much coffee, too much caffeine, you're too wired up. But if you're not taking caffeine, you're gonna have headaches and be groggy and slouchy and everything, and you're gonna have to wean yourself off eventually. One solution is to take the hit a little bit off the caffeine by adding some adaptogenic herbs, and Morphogen adds in a lot here. We got mushrooms. We even have bovine adrenal glandular tissue in here. Like, this stuff's for real. We have lion's mane, so we got the mushrooms, phosphatidylcholine. We got a little focus. Not a little focus, actually a huge dose. Everything Morphogen does, huge dose, 500 milligrams of that. And so I'll give you a quick rundown on this, but generally, just so you know, this is a product that's gonna take the edge off the caffeine a little bit. Take the edge off the coffee if you're drinking way too much coffee or you wanna like relax. I'm doing my afternoon coffee here. My caffeine consumption is down a little bit lately. It's gonna, like I said, it's been a long week and I am ready to kind of like chill, but I found myself not wanting a nap and needing a little bit more caffeine. So that's where we're at. Very smooth, but very sweet. No aftertaste for me. There's sucralose. Some people, have a very sucralose aftertaste. I'm so used to it and everything, so that will be there. But you're left with a little bit of zing. Honestly, it's more sweet than zing. They could have zinged this up more as far as I care. I'm taking big gulps though, and it's delicious. There you go. That one had a little bit more cinnamon in it. A little bit more like of that cardamom or something, the chai part. Every sip, I'm getting a little bit of something different. It's an enjoyable cup of coffee. All right, so about these doses, we haven't covered this product on PricePlow yet. We have a small blog post. We haven't gone full in depth of this, but we've talked about a lot of these ingredients. Now, right off the bat, we have a gram of Cordyceps. Cordyceps is the mushroom type that is generally most often used in the sports nutrition context. You get a little bit more. There's studies showing increased energy and endurance. It's here for the stress reduction. That's one of the other benefits, but a lot of times what we see is like the virility, better glucose metabolism, CO2 support. So it's more of the athletic mushroom that we see in a lot of these blends. After that, we have another mushroom, and this one's used for the cognitive support, lion's mane. We've talked about lion's mane a lot in this channel, and we'll continue to do so because it's popular in sports supplements, good for nerve support, but also good for the brain, increasing BDNF levels, brain drive, neurotrophic factor, help with memory formation and everything. And it's actually, there's some studies showing lion's mane used for like pretty long term. Sometimes we get like studies that are sadly just a little bit too short term. Lion's mane has like a 49-week study that shows a lot of benefits. I think it's a really cool mushroom. After that, we have a reishi mushroom. So now we're in our 3rd gram mushrooms. That's what's crazy here is they made a lot of mushrooms taste really good. I'm guessing they packed in a lot of flavor system. They used 2 sweeteners. They made it happen. And it's like overwhelming my coffee too. So they're like, there's a lot of things going against this supplement and it really does taste good. I'm like sitting here looking at it. I'm taking another sip. Very good. I really want to try the vanilla flavor. I'm not as much into chocolate in my coffee. I guess I would try that flavor too. I would love the vanilla. Anyway, next is another gram of mushroom, as in reishi mushroom. This one's not studied as extensively as cordyceps, but in general, what we're seeing is immune system regulations. This is one of those immunity mushrooms. A lot of different mushrooms do different things. The beta glucans in a lot of these mushrooms are the bioactive constituents, but there's also some sleep support here, which might be the reason why it's added, as well as blood sugar regulation. Always a good thing to have. Don't get your blood sugar out of control for too long, but once in a while, it's okay to get your blood sugar a little high. Come on. So after that, we have Tulsi or holy basil extract. Add a whole gram of that as well. Now this one's cool. This is an immunity support supplement that is used to increase the amount of like natural killer cells you have for immunity, and T cells as well, T helper cells. So that's immunity support. So reishi and holy basil for the immunity support. Then we go to the fun one here, a whole gram of bovine adrenal glandular tissue. Now this might be a little bit controversial, and it depends on where you stand here. So there is an old world traditional medicinal mantra of eat like to treat like. So in like many different cultures, if you're having issues with kidneys, for instance, then eating like kidney and kidney fat from around that area in a cow will, bovine kidney will possibly help you with your kidneys. So that's the theory. I kind of subscribe to it. I don't always subscribe to it, but I will say that I have a very old cat with slow progression kidney disease, and I give her those kidney tablets and still ticking. Just like 21-year-old cat. In this case, we have bovine adrenal tissue, and the theory is that this can help your adrenal glands by supplementing in some bovine adrenal glands. Does it work or not? I don't think we have any real citations to support it, but a lot of people believe it, and I don't know. The product tastes good. So I'm more pro than con, although I'm not going to go and eat every single organ out of some, animal just because I think that organ may need it. I'm not going to go overboard with this idea. But would I be eating heart muscle? Yes, absolutely. After that, we have a large 500 milligram dose of phosphatidylcholine. This is the phospholipid that is attached to choline, which helps us create more acetylcholine, the learning neurotransmitter in our brain. It's a very large dose. And a lot of people just like the quality of this version of choline over like the citicholine or the alpha GPC or the choline bitartrate. So you have a lot of different opportunities to try different types of cholines in the sports nutrition world. Most of the times pre-workouts don't have this one, so I like this one. I'm not sure if there's any like really specific studies to this one being like more chill you out, but maybe there are, and that could be why it's in here. But on the note of chilling you out more, the Magnolia Bark extract, 300 milligrams, this year has some pretty interesting methods, let's say mechanisms, that help inhibit some of the enzymes that convert your cortisone to cortisol. So we're working on inhibiting the creation of cortisol here to calm you down a little bit. So sometimes people get way cortisoled up, especially when they're stressed out, but sometimes when just drinking like too much caffeine. And this is one way to help try to keep that down. So we see this in sleep aids a lot. I don't think it really puts you to sleep, but it is like I'd say a chillax ingredient. And then we have another new nootropic adaptogen in Siberian Ginseng extract. So we talk about ginseng a lot lately. It's like ginseng's been trending, and so this product's not new, but Morphogen was kind of ahead of the curve, adding a good hit of ginseng in here. We're starting to see it in like pre-workouts and stuff. We're starting to see it in a lot of different areas, and there's a lot of nootropic benefits from the ginsenosides inside of various ginseng extracts. After that, we have Ubiquinol, which is the most widely used form of coenzyme Q10, a powerful antioxidant, really good once again for heart health. And then after that, Neurofactor. Now it's known as Cognatic, but here we have Neurofactor. If it's in like a brand new supplement, it's going to be called Cognatic, just so you know. And this is a coffee fruit extract, has also been shown to increase BDNF. So in general, like we kind of see that supplements that have this, especially like alongside caffeine, in this case, the coffee is providing the caffeine, supplements that have this ingredient, they just kind of feel better. And Ben and I were just talking about that on a podcast too. Don't really have a great like reason. I don't know. There's like just a little something better. And that's all I could say about that. I am a fan of this product, and it's not going to put you to sleep. You put it next to your coffee in general, but it is meant to be mixed with hot liquids. A lot of products stink with hot liquids, and some of us do like to mix them with coffee. So that's what I think is pretty cool here. Now I'm going to go back downstairs and I'm going to heat up a mason jar with some hot water, and let's see how that works out. I'm kind of curious. I have not tried the powder on its own. I'm back with some hot water. I will tell you, this room smells so good. I don't know if I've ever had a supplement smell up the room that well, unless like I totally spilled it all over the place. I'm impressed. Now, folks, never shake hot liquids in a shaker cup. Get one of these things. Vroom, vroom. All right. Oh yeah, okay. Ginger comes in stronger with water. That's really good. I will say that in water, I enjoy it. It's too sweet. Like most people, some people love it. If you have a sweet tooth, you're gonna like it. It makes sense because the sweetness just dominates. Like there's ways of working with the bitterness of the coffee, work around it. Morphogen just dominates the bitterness of the coffee with their sweetness, but it's a bit much if you're into the just hot water. It's still impressive because like there's like a lot of mushrooms in here. I would not have thought it was a mushroom supplement at all. They did a really, really good job with this. This is fun. I gotta get the vanilla. Anyway, folks, I'm a fan of Adaptogen by Morphogen Nutrition. I'm a fan of the ZING Ginger Chai Latte flavor, but most people are probably gonna buy the chocolate vanilla. Don't be afraid of the word ZING. Don't be afraid of the word ginger. This one is actually very sweet. A really cool coffee add-on. PricePlow.com/Morphogen-Nutrition. Sign up for the newsletters. We have a lot more coming from them. These guys are awesome.